What's up? What's up? JCVJP in the house. Okay, this is gonna be definitely the last part of dating and everything. Okay, second part of the end, or the end part of the end, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so basically, I'm driving right now. You know, it's very late, but I'm just driving and just relaxing and stuff. The other video, I know I was stumbling through my words and stuff because I had to think about everything. Most of my videos that come out, they're just natural. But for some reason, I think I had to force myself to actually make it, and that was the second one I made, because I think the first one, I still have a copy of it. I didn't delete it yet, but I'm not sure why I made another one. Maybe I said something that I probably shouldn't have said, or whatever. Okay, so let me finish. Okay, so I want to start with a story that I had a conversation I had with one of my students. She's 52 years old. She's still very beautiful. Very thick lips, both upper bottom. When she's looking down at her books and stuff, you know, she looked just like a sister. A little dark, you know, but very, very, very beautiful woman, you know, for her age. And still very ganky and everything. We were talking and stuff, and she was telling me about her life story, which I have no idea why. Then she was telling me about her new boyfriend and stuff like that, who I guess he's rich or whatever, and they're dating and stuff, and he's like way older than she is, but he lets her do whatever she wants. So I guess they must be living together or something. I'm not exactly sure, but whatever it is, you know, I guess she's loyal to him and asks him for permission to do things and stuff like that. So anyway, we're talking and stuff, and I kind of sense that she what can I say? That she I think she's happy with him, but there's something else that's missing, and I'm not sure what it is. But we were talking about relationships and stuff like that, and I asked her a question, you know, what is the most important thing about dating? And she said to trust, not to trust, but to think about the other person, you know, mutual respect. And I was thinking, like, well, you know, that's normal for anyone. Everyone should have mutual respect for each other, you know, regardless of whether you're dating or not. So I'll ask you again, what do you think is the most important thing about dating or marriage or whatever? Because she was married, but she got divorced and stuff. And she said the same thing, and I said, okay, for me, I think it's just being friends. So I explained to her how my first marriage was and stuff like that. And it was really interesting because we were talking, and she was just telling me about, you know, about her kids and their relationships with their boyfriends or whatever, because they both females and stuff like that, and how they felt and stuff like that, and then they're trying again and things like that. And so I said, you know, the one thing that a lot of people don't do is they don't really investigate the other person, because what they'll do is they'll see us, you know, especially guys, you know, they'll see a woman and she'll be, you know, that dream that he's always thought about, this dream woman, and he never actually gets to understand her. There are a lot of red flags that go up, but he never pays attention to them because he's too busy thinking about the image that he created when he first saw her. He saw her, she was beautiful. He walked over and started talking. She was nice. They went out to dinner, started seeing each other. Next thing they're dating, and then all of a sudden things go astray, you know, and he doesn't know why. And later they'll break up, but then he'll find out that, hey, you know, what happened, you know. But the whole thing that happened was she was doing whatever she was doing while they were dating. I mean, you know, that caused it to go astray. She was doing it probably when they were dating at the same time, but he wasn't aware of it. So a lot of people really don't investigate the people who they date, you know. So that's what I told her, and then she responded by saying, yeah, that's right, you know, but in Japan, you know, it's different, not like the West and stuff like that. And so I told her it's not that much difference. I said the only difference is now, in the past, no one married for love. It was all business. The women took the money, took care of everything. She said, yeah, because when She said, yeah, that's true, because when the women divorce, they take all the money, and the guy gets left with nothing, and I was telling her on the stage, we have joint accounts and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really interesting. But the whole thing about the whole conversation was that relationships are really delicate, and very few people find a key. And I told her the key is just to be friends, and trust. My form of trust, my definition of trust is to know that these people, know who you're dating with, who you're hanging out with, and understand that they're going to do what they're going to do, and you trust that that's what they're going to do, and once you understand that a person's going to do these things, then you'll trust that that's what they're going to do, and that's it. And you don't have to worry about all that other jealousy stuff, that kind of trust really puts things into perspective, and it'll free that person. So anyway, let me get back to it. Those two parameters were beautiful women, you tear them down. The women who are not beautiful, quote unquote, that's what society says, is that you just date them and they'll have to take you because of their looks and stuff like that. And I think that has come around and bit both men and women, okay? Because when people come together, they're usually thinking about that. Oh, she's too beautiful, or she's not attractive, or I should just go for her, and those things are really unhealthy. Wow, my brakes are making noise. I guess it's because of the wind. I gotta go get them clean, dusted off. Anyway, because of the noise, not because of noise, but because of those philosophies or whatever that people think about and stuff. So when you're dating, and if you're in a bad relationship right now, most of them, not all of them, but most of them can be salvaged, okay? Not all, but most can. And you salvage them by sitting down and listening and talking to the person and finding out which philosophy are they dating you. Are they dating you because you're handsome, or because you're ugly, or whatever. Me and my wife, we talk about it, and I asked her, she said she looks okay. And I tell her, that's why we can't have a good relationship, because you're basing our relationship on how you feel about yourself. I said, there's nothing wrong with you. You're still a woman. You might not look like some Japanese superstar, but you're still you. You still got your own character. You still have a nice body. You're still nice. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not healthy. And I said, I don't go around dating women who are unattractive, because I don't think like that, okay? I said we dated because we were just friends, kind of like friends, I guess. Things just happened. She got pregnant, so we just got together. But the whole thing is that I know that she maybe have a low self-esteem of herself, and she projects that on, she thinks that's how or why people talk to her, because of her position, and then she has to settle with whatever. So it's a little competitive at times and stuff, but I tell her, hey, you don't have to compete with me. I done already finished my race. I'm repeating, but I already did what I'm supposed to do. And so just enjoy, just talk, relax, and enjoy. And over time, we talk a little bit, and stuff like that. She still goes in her mood, whatever. But you need to talk, both of you. Be honest with each other, especially if you're dating, especially if you're married, you got kids. Because a lot of times, people they don't really want to. They do love you, I guess, and all of that stuff. But a lot of people really don't know how to conduct a relationship, and they really don't understand that their thinking, or the image that they have of themselves, really, really does affect the relationship that they're involved in. Okay, and we got this thing, players and pimps, PUAs, these hustlers. You got the women out there who doing their thing, and because they got money, or the guy got money, they think they boss and stuff like that. But you guys have to understand that there's going to come a time where you're just going to get tired. Okay, when you get older, you're going to get tired, and that tiredness, you should never get tired. But that's also a philosophy that's been taught to people. Once you get a certain age, you slow down. You never slow down. Okay, you keep hustling, you keep doing what you're doing, because if it's your mind that really makes you do a lot of things that you do, what you eat and everything, the image that you create and stuff, that schematic that you draw up and that you follow and stuff like that. So when you're going out and you want to find a woman, the best thing to do is talk to the ones who are looking at you, who stare at you. Those are the best ones to talk to, because they already open up the doors, they put their guards down and stuff like that. And like I said in that other video, if you go to a woman who isn't looking at you, then you're going to have to figure out a way to convince her to let you open her doors and let you come in, and stuff like that. And you're going to have to be really clever about it. And some guys can do it, but when they do it, what kind of girls are they dating? Because you see a lot of these women, you got different situations where you got women who are really pretty, and they're easy targets to pick up easy, but maybe that's because they've been told they're ugly and stuff like that, or just because you're beautiful you should do this, you should that. And people fall for that. Wait, I gotta put gas. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, when you go out and you talk to women, like I said, it's better to talk to the ones who talk to you, who look at you, because they're having that same image that you have when you look at the ones that you go after. Now, the reason I say that you talk to the one who goes after you, or who looks at you, or who might play with you, is because they have created a situation in their mind that they are willing to, or it's something like a play or whatever, playwright, whatever, of a scenario that they're going to become this person. You're a certain person, and they want to be with you. And it's almost like instantaneous. It's an instantaneous thing. All you have to do is figure out what it is, that character that she has created about you, and what role that she's playing, and you play that role. Now, I'm not saying don't play the role like it's whatever, but because we all play roles and stuff like that. And I'm not saying be fake. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be fake, but understand that a lot of women, when they see you, they look at you. When they come to you, a lot of them come to you like if you're a superhero, or like you're handsome, or you're this guy that's on this pedestal that they made for you. And pretty much when they come to you, they are saying that, hey, I want to be with you, and I'm here to, I wouldn't say obey, but it's kind of something like that. I'm here to work with you. And pretty much, they're going to be more or less like everything that they're going to do is going to be for your benefit. Of course, it's going to be for their benefit too, but it's going to be for your benefit to the point to where, they're going to do what they have to do to keep you around. Okay? And it might sound kind of lame, but when you really think about it, isn't that what relationships are about? You're supposed to do things to keep the one that you love around, and the one who wants to keep you around is going to do those things, that you want to do. And that's what you call a perfect relationship and stuff like that. Now, as far as the looks and stuff like that, I understand what people the philosophies behind that and stuff like that. But I'll tell you something. Most guys don't really care about looks. A lot of guys, because even us guys, we also, suffer from those philosophies because, we're judged also. They got a scale from 1 to 10 for men too. And fortunate for me, I've been, from women, how can I say? I've been put, I think the lowest I've ever was called, I think, was a 6 or 5. But that was from someone who was a 6 or 5 or below a 6. So whatever category they're in, that's the category a lot of them are going to put me in. Now, not a lot of them, but not most of the time, but it's a high percentage because I am called handsome to a lot of women. But still, maybe, that might have something to do with, the way they look at themselves. But I have noticed that in my life, women who are beautiful come to me, or I have no problem talking to them. The ones who are not, or think they are not, but I didn't say who think they are beautiful, but whatever. I have a problem talking to them. And so maybe, because that could be another thing too. They say, well, if I'm not good looking to myself, then I don't want a guy that's not good looking. I want someone who's good looking so they can, I guess, supplement my looks, or whatever. And it never really works like that, because, you look around, see who's doing what, because these philosophies got everybody all messed up. Everybody. You got these guys that just don't look like anything with these super bad women, but these super bad women don't know that they super bad, and so they just with these guys that, I wouldn't say it's not appropriate for them or anything like that, but I mean, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, it's just weird, because I want to say that don't act in accordance to their beauty. That's what I want to say. But maybe the truth is that a lot of these guys, whether she's beautiful or not, may not act may not act accordingly. And then even more than that, a lot of these guys probably, oh my God, this gas is expensive. Oh man, I should have put gas in where I was at the first time. Oh, maybe it was going to be expensive there too. But anyway, hold on, I gotta put gas in this car. This time I hopefully don't need it. Wow, I'm so sorry that you cut this many times. Okay, so basically all I'm saying is when you're going after a woman, or when you're dating, or when you're married, those parameters, I guess, they're always involved, and it's best that you get rid of them, because you do have a couple of people who, it's like when you got two people who are very attractive together, but then when they have problems, the first time they go, oh, well, you just because you're beautiful, this and that, or the girl might say, the female might say, just because you're handsome, this or that, and they're thinking that that's the problem, or that could be the cause of the problem why people do what they do. But sometimes it is, because I've heard from the voices, from the mouths of both men and women, saying, well, I look good, so I get to do what I want, and it's fun. I mean, I still hear it to these days, and stuff like that. So it's just interesting. But when you going out, the best thing to do is just talk to them like your friend. Like one of my friends said, he was in I can't think, but anyway, I forget. But anyway, that's what I always say in my videos. You walk up to somebody, just walk up and talk to them like, you've known them for a long time. Because, if you're black, anyway, we all brothers, we're all sisters. Hey, what's up, sister? What's up, bro? So just talk to them like that. Like you're just friends or family, whatever. And if a girl snap at you, then it's just bad timing. It is bad timing. I mean, you can say, okay, I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to disturb you. Be nice about it. I'll move on, because there's no reason for you to be, how can I say? There's no reason for you to be sad because, she couldn't control, or if you're a woman, whoever the party is couldn't control their emotions, and I've been rejected, I guess, trying to talk to her. I mean, the funniest one is I was in Pure and I was talking to this one lady. It wasn't a rejection, it was just, she was just telling me her preference, but it was real cool, and she was like, well, I'm interested, right now, I'm interested in white guys, she was nice looking and everything. I mean, I don't know, she had makeup on and stuff, so for her parents, and I was a little bit drinking and stuff too. I was drinking a little bit, which is kind of rare, but not, I wouldn't say it's rare, but anyway, so her, she looked nice, she dressed nice, and I talked to her a little bit. We talked, and I said, hey, let me get your number. She said, well, right now, I'm interested in white guys, and I stopped and I looked, and I said, okay, that's cool, no problem, because people have their preferences, and I moved on, but she wasn't nasty about it. But I mean, sometimes I was in my car and I was driving, I saw these two women and I said, hey, what's up, beautiful, each with a friend, we just tripping and shit, right? They both turned around, neither one of them were attractive at all. It was just their clothes, so I didn't even, I know I should never say that, because I know that you should get all the details first and then react based on the details. But I just saw their clothes, so I just said that because of their clothes were nice, and they turned around. I said, oh my God, makeup was really, or not properly, and they weren't, whatever, I don't want to say anything bad, but I'm sure that a lot of guys who are very competent, and looking for a certain type of woman wouldn't have spoken to them because, I guess, I don't know. But my friend, he started laughing when he saw them, and they both turned around and just turned around and just said, F you. I was like, wow, and he started laughing and I was laughing. I was like, wow. I said, see, that's why I don't even, and something told me not to do that, so it's not that I can't do it, but I always know there's a time when not to, and there's a time when to, and I'm always have this guy telling me when to do it and when not to do it. So I did it when I knew I shouldn't have did it, and that's what happened. But still, at the same time, why would they just turn around and say that? You know what I'm saying? And so is it because they saw me, saw that I was black, or because, they're lonely and they can't find anyone, or they can't keep anyone, or it's just the girls' night out, or, maybe they just don't like guys, talking to them like that too. There's a whole bunch of reasons. So I couldn't get upset. That's why I just laughed and stuff, like, but, yeah, I just want to say, I'm about to get off this thing now. But that's about it, So when you're talking, you have to understand that a lot of times I always say it's bad, bad timing. But a lot of times it could be either one of those parameters working together because, or they could have been drunk, or they could have just, people could be drunk, or they, it's just that time, of their mental peak where they just want to explode, and things like that, and it's really cool because, like, you watch those, I really don't like watching them. I'm gonna say I don't like them watching, I just don't watch them, but those gold digger videos, and I heard about them, but I really didn't watch them. So one day one of my friends sent me one, and I finally said, okay, let me go check this out, and whether they are made up or not, it doesn't matter, because a lot of the times it's I understand it because it happened to me, and it doesn't happen to me where I go up to a woman and talk to them, and then they don't talk to me, and then I go jump in my nice car or whatever, but I'll be like, I'll just be chilling, I'll see them, you know, and then maybe I'll go get a certain drink, a coffee, not coffee, but tea, you know, at Starbucks, or maybe I'll pull out a book, or maybe it'll just be a smile. I'll just be chilling there by myself, you know, just doing my own thing. And I'll tell you, I ain't gonna lie. This one woman, I think a couple of women, but I remember specifically this one woman, sister, I believe it was. She came to me and she said, you know what? I just love watching you, just the way you move and everything. And I'm like, what? You know, and she said, yeah, the way you move and you pick up things, it's rhythm, it's rhythmatic or something like that, you know. And I just love it. It's just really sexy, just the way you do that. And I'm like, where is she coming from? But you know, I've had similar comments like that, you know, just you just look handsome and this and that, whatever, you know. So I have no idea, I really don't, but I do know that there are many, how can I say that? For me personally, the gold digger thing isn't really something that happens to me. But I wouldn't say it's gold digger, but because I understand that, you know. But for me, I don't know, it's almost like a natural thing, you know, something natural, and that's it, you know. Just they come, you know, and I have no idea why, you know, but it's just interesting. And I'll tell you, a lot of women who are beautiful, really attractive, the world would say are beautiful, to approach me, but I have no idea why. I really don't. So, but I don't know. I really don't know. But all I'm just saying to you guys is that be cool when you go out. You have fun when you're talking to them. Always have a plan. Let's go out to tea. You know, let's go out for tea or whatever. You know, and just sit and chat. You know, and you never know what's going to happen. You know, you never know what's going to happen, because, like I said, when I was in SMC, Santa Monica Community College, and I think I was in my second semester or something like that, or maybe first semester, I forgot which one. And this girl from Tibet, you know, I'm in both her math, we both had the same math and English class. I never knew it. I said this a whole bunch of times. She came over to me and asked me for a number, and I was like, no, you know, because I just didn't have time. You know, and I didn't know anything about Asian women, you know, and I think the only one I really even spoke to was my friend Todd, that went to uni and stuff, and his sister. She was a year older than me and him. We were the same age, and she was real cool. She was the only one I didn't really talk to her, but when I saw her, I always said hi, and she always saw hi back, you know. But then I think I did meet her after we graduated. Well, anyway, let me get back to the story. Anyway, so she was the only contact. So this girl, she was like all on me. You know, I want to marry you. My parents said okay. I never met him. We're rich. My father said he'll pay for whatever education you want. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, there are so many other black guys out there that's balling. You know, because I was working electronics. I don't know if I was getting. I'm probably getting minimum wage. I don't know what I was getting. You know, but it was enough for me to go to school and stuff, you know, and I didn't have to pay rent where I was staying and stuff, which was cool and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, this was like really too fast. And I'm like, whoa. But, you know, it wasn't weird, because me and my friend went to Beverly Hills, and he crashed a party, or he said it was one of his friends' party. I don't know, maybe he crashed it or whatever. But we went up there and we were chilling and stuff, and I guess the guy who was at the house, they probably knew each other. They had a mutual friend or something, because we didn't get kicked out. And the dude was kind of a little shocked, you know, we showed up. But my friend, he was a little taller than me. He's light-skinned, you know, red hair and all this stuff, you know. So I don't know. I guess they probably didn't know each other. I didn't really get too much details. I'm just saying, I'm only surmising based on, you know, what I saw and stuff. But, you know, I'm outside chilling on the porch, and you got these white girls grabbing me, putting me all on their lap and touching on me and stuff. I'm like, yo, no, just sitting. And white dude's getting all mad. And I'm like, well, why are you sitting on? I'm not. They're grabbing me. You know, please, let's change places. The girl like, no, I want you to sit and blah blah blah. And then, I didn't want to cause a commotion. saying no to them. Of course, why would I say no to them anyway? But then, you know, causing the commotion and stuff. Ooh, I hope I didn't pass my state, where I got to go. But anyway, it was interesting. But I'm gonna quit there, and hey, just talk. You know, just talk. Peace.